called the term in favor of English for legal purposes. Other acronyms have been developed to account for different subsets, and so we have English for academic legal purposes, English for occupational legal purposes, and English for general legal purposes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. I am Reza Pustika, M.Pd, the lecturer of English for specific purposes subject. English for specific purposes has become an interesting topic for over decades in English education field. As English functions as communication, international language, people all over the world find it essential to learn English, moreover, learning English to support their study or career. Here, English for specific purposes takes place. English for specific purposes, or ESP, is known as a learner-centered approach to teaching English as a foreign or second language. It meets the needs of mostly adult learners who need to learn a foreign language for use in their vocational field, such as science, technology, medicine, leisure, and academic learning. This course is recommended for students or teacher candidate professionals who wish to learn how to design ESP courses and programs in an area of specialization such as English for business, for civil engineering, for academic purposes, and for health service purposes. In addition, there are introduced to ESP instructional strategies, materials adaptations and development, and evaluation. In this learning video, the topic we are going to discuss is legal English. Before we go further to the discussion, I want to inform you that the materials in this video are taken from Partridge B and Starfield S 2013. The title is The Handbook of English for Specific Purposes. Legal English. The growth in English for specific purposes, or ESP practice and research, has waxed and waned the growth and decline of global industries and their related professions. Legal English is no exception, because English is currently acknowledged to be the lingua franca of international commercial and legal transactions. Globalization has ensured an ongoing interest in this area of ESP practice. As ESP practitioners, a commitment to revealing the workings of other communicative words to our students by grounding pedagogical decisions in our understanding of target texts and practices requires us to undertake and reflect upon relevant research. This focus underpins the following examination of legal English research. As ever, terminology can cause problems. The term legal English, or LE, has a variable meaning, understood by some to refer to legalese. Hence, ESP practitioners have often called the term in favor of English for legal purposes. Other acronyms have been developed to account for different subsets, and so we have English for academic legal purposes, English for occupational legal purposes, and English for general legal purposes. Language and the law. The nature and properties of legal language provide material for a substantial part of the legal English research agenda, because a large part of ESP has focused and continues to focus on the description and the analysis of the target language and language practices of the particular discourse community to which the learners belong or aspire to belong. Research in this area can be found in a number of related applied linguistic subdisciplines, in addition to ESP. These are referred to variously as legal linguistics, language and the law, and forensic linguistics. For example, forensic linguistics is viewed broadly as a branch of applied linguistics, including the study of the written language of the law and spoken legal discourse, with their related social justice issue, legal translation and interpreting, as well as legal English teaching and learning. A common theme in the language and law literature is the lack of transparency and obscurity found in legal discourse. With its frequent use of formal words, deliberate use of expression with flexible meaning, attempts at extreme precision and complex synthetic construction. Spoken legal genres have received less attention than the more easily accessed written genres. Apart from courtroom discourse, which has been extensively analyzed and reported in the forensic linguistic literature, work has been done on the lawyer-client interview. Recent forensic linguistic research claims go beyond the fact that the difficulties in understanding the language of the law are one factor causing misunderstandings, to show how the very nature of legal language can lead to social disadvantage for vulnerable groups. Within translation studies, there is an ongoing debate about the nature of legal translation. Some claim that legal language is just one instance of specialized language and can therefore be approached in the same way. Others, legal English, claim that legal translation creates such unique problems that only legally qualified translators are fully competent in this area. That English is the language of the common law has often been perceived as the root of many of the law-specific difficulties for legal English learners. Legal language is system-bound, which means that many legal terms denoting concepts derive their meanings from a particular legal system and can only be understood by reference to the specific legal system. Examples from English law include equity and trust. All legal systems contain terms with no comparable counterparts in another legal system, but the problem is particularly acute when it involves a common law country. Language is seen to play a pivotal role in the common law. In addition, the study of law itself varies between the civil and the common law jurisdictions. Civilian law is based on patent statutes, which are general legal principles compiled into codes. English law, on the other hand, has not been completely codified. Students are required to read and understand sometimes long and complicated legal cases. Studying the common law can make heavy demands on students studying in a second language because of both the difficulties involved in comprehending legal facts and different assumptions about how to interpret and apply the law. Common law contracts. In addition to the difficulties inherent in working with cases, contracts are clearly a potential source of difficulty for the legal English learners. because of the importance assigned to the meaning of words and expressions by judges. In order to understand common law contracts, it is necessary to know what the terms mean to a common law lawyer. Tribal 2009 considers the practical language difficulties faced by German-speaking lawyers working with contracts in 3 specific situations. English contracts governed by common law, English contracts being interpreted by civil law courts, and contracts written in English but governed by the law of a civil law jurisdiction. In this case, Tribal studied in Germany. It might be a difficulty for Indonesia's lawyers as well, since English functions as a second language in Indonesia. While it is important for common law lawyers to understand civil law drafting practices and vice versa, it is important to understand the fundamental difficulties in providing civil law equivalent for common law terms. Beveridge 2000 poses possible solutions for these difficulties, concluding that teaching legal English to those involved in the legal process provides the best way of beginning to tackle the problems. Implications for legal English research and practice. From the perspective of the ESP teacher, the difficulties in understanding legal language present challenges. Some practitioners have taken the view that obtaining a legal qualification is the best solution. Others take the view that this is a retrograde step, obscuring the language issues. Certainly, legal English teaching experience that attempts to involve legal specialists is enlightening in this regard. ESP methods involving a learner-centered approach, which uses the knowledge of the learners and works in partnership with them to develop their competence in using the language of the law in the target context of use, can provide a better solution. However, the need for authenticity and face validity, particularly in relation to production of legal English material, requires some understanding of the law. With the best of pedagogic intentions, approaching text comprehension, for example, by adopting a purely discourse analytical approach can result in the productions of materials which are linguist-friendly, but over-complex and demotivating for many learners. As with other branches of ESP, misrepresentations of subject content result in language teaching materials being viewed with suspicion and can lead to loss of learner confidence. The dilemma is particularly acute from legal English practitioners face with the dual responsibility of making a difficult area more accessible while adhering to sound pedagogical principle, as much of the research demonstrated. There is a need for more research at the civil law common law interface. If, as Beveridge 2000 believes, legal English teaching is the main solution for those confronted with the difficulties involved in using English as a legal lingua franca, then more research into the interface is essential. In particular, there is a pressing need for more meaningful connections between the legal and linguistic discourse community. For your own reflections and to check your understanding, please kindly check your Spada. There, you can find post-tests to check your understanding about this topic. Well, that covers what I want to share with you in this learning video. For your own ESP courses, I recommend you to read more on the works of experts I cited in this learning video. You will surely get inspiration from them. If you want to have further discussion under this topic, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you so much to watch this video until it ends. Don't forget to like the videos in Kuliah Teknokrat channel and subscribe it. It will surely help your college study. I'm Reza Pustika signing out. Thank you. Goodbye.
Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan video pembelajaran ini. Jangan lupa like, komen dan subscribe, serta nyalakan tanda loncengnya agar kalian tidak ketinggalan informasi update lainnya.